This program was produced in association with the International Society for Technology and Education under a grant from the Hewlett-Packard Company.
Let's get these pictures into your laptops. So connect your cable to your camera.
In 2004, the Hewlett-Packard Company launched the HP Technology for Teaching Grant Program, which has provided cash, equipment, and training to support the integration of technology in the learning process in almost 1,000 schools worldwide. Small teams of teachers at each school receive tablet PC laptops, digital projectors, digital cameras, and multifunction printers, which make anytime, anywhere learning possible.
It's learning in the content area, whether it's language arts, social studies, science, math. The technology is bringing to the students an understanding of key concepts and an ability to build skills in a way that doesn't happen if the technology tools aren't there.
The International Society for Technology and Education, or ISTE, provides training for the grantees so they can effectively integrate the technology into their teaching.
Before you get together, they needed to have posted a lesson plan.
Teachers from around the country who were early grant recipients mentor others who are at the beginning stages of designing projects.
How would we modify this to work?
What we want to see with these projects is integration that changes the way teachers teach. It's really about asking students and teachers to think creatively about how they're using technology and how technology can add a whole new dimension and a whole new element to the learning process.
So welcome to the Saugus Ironworks National Historic Site.
It's a big day for the 5th grade at Ferryway School, just outside Boston.
What's this simple machine right here? Wheel and axle, right.
This field trip is the highlight of a 6-week project that integrates science.
This works like a lever, compresses the bellows closed, blows the air into the furnace.
Math, art, English.
So this is America's first rolling and slitting mill.
And history.
There we go, my metal's hot enough. This is called a Hardy. What kind of simple machine is this? Wedge.
Students use the latest technology tools to study the country's early innovations.
And how's that, a good-looking nail? You guys are too easy to please.
To earn the right to go on the field trip, students must first complete a variety of activities like researching rocks and minerals.
It looks like shiny metal.
In textbooks, they tell you what happens with the rocks, but when you actually get to experiment on them, you can tell people from experience.
We're going to start up our computers.
Students also access the web to study the history of the ironworks. The Saugus Unit site also features a parent page that is translated into several languages.
It's over here on the axe.
We've had about 75 different languages spoken in this community. So you can imagine what that brings to the table every day. But this kind of cooperative work environment, teachers and students, supersedes that. And working with the computer, working with a partner, going on the field trip, those things are the intangibles that bring this whole project to life and can reach kids that, you know, you may never be able to reach in other ways.
This is a picture and right here is a caption.
Okay, your mission is to write a descriptive caption for the pictures you took today.
Students add to the Ironworks wiki by publishing photos that they took on their field trip.
Okay, do you like the other one too? Yeah.
There's also a competition to build the most efficient styrofoam water wheel.
You know, often you don't have the chance to show kids that education is real, that there's value to it, that it's out there. And they get a chance to put that all together. Once in a while, and the magic happens. And it has happened the last couple of days. And it's happened the last 5 years we've been doing this project.
We have a lift!
So here we are right here at Clearfield High School, and you look at these pollution plumes. A lot of you guys live in this area right here. You could possibly have the pollution plumes underneath your homes.
Chemistry and biology students at Clearfield High School are personally involved in their studies because they impact the health of their community.
There's actually some areas that are contaminated so bad that the fumes rise up into the basements of people's houses, and so they get these TCE fumes in their house, and that can lead to cancer and other serious illnesses. How far down?
Just barely in.
For the past 2 years, the team at Clearfield High School has used their technology to measure the health of their local stream.
We are measuring the turbidity of the water, which basically means how clear it is and how many different kinds of particles are in the water.
There, they work in teams to gauge the water quality.
I'm kicking up the dirt, and then Chandler is catching everything I kick up so then we can identify it.
We were testing the water for nitrogen, oxygen, the pH, the temperature, the light source.
Oh, it leveled out.
Chandler, I'm going to tell you to take it out in about 20 seconds, so wait until I tell you to take it out.
What the computer allows us to do is gain up to hundreds of readings within seconds, or even a tenth of a second, rather than the pH strip where you can just put it in the water and have one reading. So that the computers are really convenient for that.
That's the pH?
They're able to see immediately what the data is, and then you can do the statistical analysis and determine whether the lab results are good or not and what they need to change. And they can see and compare two data right next to each other. And so it makes it real life.
So go into the experiment.
Brookfield High School in Canada's capital city of Ottawa is a study in diversity.
If you're to walk the halls of Brookfield High School, you see a real kaleidoscope. Colors, cultures, religions, 45 to 50 different languages.
Or you go to File New, then we can just make a new one.
The teachers that have been connected with the grant have really used the technology to consider how they teach. They plan their lessons knowing, of course, that they've got the technology, and therefore they're far more creative in their teaching.
For you, monsieur, delivery?
Delivery, thank you.
At Brookfield High School in Ottawa, Canada, the technology is used across the entire curriculum.
Galileo. What was Galileo's experiment? 500 years ago, they said, who's going to hit the ground first?
Students in Gordon Kubinek's physics class use the computers to visualize the intangible.
Is much, much less mass than all that there, right? Physics is sometimes you can't do an experiment physically. So what you do is you do the experiment in your imagination. And it adds this element of what we call spatial intelligence. So when most people think about physics, they think about math, which is true, but actually math alone is insufficient. You have to be able to visualize these interactions in 3 dimensions because there's real things happening. The simulation could accelerate different objects to see as you accelerate them what would their motion look like, what would the graph look like. And it visualized the ideas. And so the technology allows you to do that. You could never do it before.
You found a dead mouse. All right.
You're taking a picture. Could anybody get a picture?
4 times a year, the Glacial Ridge Wildlife Refuge becomes a living classroom for students from J.A. Hughes Elementary School in Red Lake Falls, Minnesota.
Yeah, it's Bert Frog.
Let me see.
In 2004, the Nature Conservancy bought some of the land, turning it into the largest prairie and wetland restoration project in U.S. history.
When you get to the water.
And they invited the school to help them study the area.
17 meters.
We had access to this wonderful learning site, and we wanted to be able to use it to its fullest. And we had very little technology. And what we had was very outdated.
Face it to the wind.
With a technology grant from Hewlett Packard, they got portable computers,
Give it a try right now so you know how to do it.
temperature probes, and other devices that improve the quality of their field data.
We're collecting the air temperature for Celsius and Fahrenheit.
Are you still reading Celsius?
Yeah.
Okay, why don't you switch?
Switch it.
Our reading for Fahrenheit is what?
43.8.
Okay, 43.8. Do we have that documented? In nature, how do the fires start? Lightning. Anybody? Lightning. Very good. Now,
Back in the classroom, students discuss their findings and write a report that is shared with scientists from the Nature Conservancy.
So we can say the temperature
6.2 to 7.5.
No, to 8.
To 8. Oh,
And with their tablets connected to the web, students can access the latest scientific information and participate in global projects.
I don't use a science textbook. With sites like Science Netlinks and NASA's educational modules and Journey North and JASON, we have access to standard-based caliber lessons that use best practice methods. If we get a science textbook, it's outdated by the time we bring it home. So this stuff is always current, and it's usually interactive. It's got links to all over, and they learn a lot. Or you can do a little video clip too.
All of the grant recipients report that the technology infusion has resulted in significant gains in student engagement and higher test scores.
Our mission at ISTE is to transform education using appropriate technologies. But for that transformation to occur, there are a lot of things that have to be in place. Ongoing professional development is part of it, and students, teachers, administrators, and parents working collectively towards a shared vision of preparing students to be lifelong learners, to preparing them to be adept at technology, and preparing them to be able to use what they've learned in a classroom to solve problems that may not have even been created yet.
So we could do 2 if we wanted, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
To learn more about this and other professional development offerings, visit ISTE's website at www.iste.org.
I took that picture. I think. Oh yeah, I did take that one. No, I took that one.
Nuh-uh, I took it.
I took that too.
You took that one.
I didn't
I
take
didn't. I took that one. No, who took that?
I did. Me. Oh no, maybe I.